What I want to do today, instead of me crying about what the cops have done and what they do, today I want us to talk about who is the beast and who they are and what the entity really stands for. Because see, a lot of us, we're confused because we're given a public persona of who they supposed to be. But what we want to do, we want to go behind the scenes, if you may say, and really see who law enforcement really is and who they really work for and what their intentions really are. First priority of law enforcement is to protect the powers that be. That's if they're evil or if they are good. On their card, they say to protect and serve. But you got to understand, you are not the people they're really protecting. They're really protecting you from the powers that be and protecting the powers that be from you. Keeping y'all separated. You don't understand that the powers have to stay in control. And the way they stay in control is by controlling society. And it's ironic that they even make you pay for this so-called service. Our tax dollars go into paying them their salaries. The very people that will nightstick you to death, tase you to death, beat you down in the middle of the street, and take your very life. You are paying these very people. See, that is evil at its best, because wickedry operates that way. And the beast itself, which is the law enforcement, have to give you a public persona. And that public persona is that they are good people. So they make you believe that they are good people. And it leaves us thinking, well, why do they do these things since they're good people? That's why deception is powerful. Because if you knew who they really was, you wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't be saying, why do they do this and why do they do that? It's because you don't really know who the beast is. You don't really know what the powers that be really stands for. Well, let me be the first to tell you that they're not here to protect you. So throw that out the window. They're here to protect the powers that be from you. And that means that the powers that be are able to stay in power through the military and through law enforcement. Go to any country and read up on the history of some of the most wickedest people that have ever stood in the power. Then go back to their source of protection. And their source of protection was always law enforcement. See, cops have been protecting the beast since the beginning. That's what cops do. They don't protect people, they protect the beast. They protect the evil powers that be. Understand what they are really there for. That way you won't be surprised when they turn against you. You won't be surprised when they beat you down in the middle of the street. To keep law and order is not to keep law and order from society. It's to keep law and order for the powers that be don't have to worry about you. That's why they have jails and prisons. To lock up the militant. See, they're afraid of the militant. The militant-minded person is the person that's willing to fight back. Those are the people they are most afraid of. That's why they are the first, to get incarcerated. because they know if anything ever goes down, if they ever try to implement martial law, they have to worry about the militant, because they are the ones that's going to fight back. That's why they go out of their way with resources and everything to lock up and tame the militant. Because see, the militant is the ones that's going to give them the most ruckus when it comes to them doing anything illegal. So their focus is on you, and they call you thugs. Well, we got to go get these thugs off the street. And they label them. And they get us to believe that these are really thugs, but they're not really worried about what these thugs are doing. They're worried about their militant mind. You understand what I'm saying? They're worried about their militant mind. Why do you think they're worried about the militias? And we're not just talking about black people. We're talking about white people too. We're talking about, this is not a racial issue, what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the beast. Because see, the beast don't give a damn about what color you are. The beast only cares about being in control. They showed you that on the college campus when they sprayed all those kids in the face. They didn't give a damn about those white kids. In their eyes, those white kids were standing in the way of what they believe in, and that is the power to rule. Anybody that get in their way of their power to rule, they're going to find some way to try to take them out. And that's what we got to understand. See, what I'm explaining to you is who the beast really is. And what is so blasphemous about it is that they put their right hand on the Bible and promise to protect and serve justly. But as you look outside and you look on TV and you watch the videos, I ask you, are they protecting you justly? They're tasing people, they're shooting people, they're killing people. But these are supposed to be servants of the people. See, you have to understand who they are before you understand what they are doing and why they do what they do. So what I'm trying to do is bring you out of that mirage. Bring you to the point of reality. Then you can see clearly. Because see, they're good at tainting your thoughts and tainting your mind. And have you wondering, well, why did they do that? Why they kill that man? Why they tase that woman? Why they beat that man in the head like that? Why did they do such evil things? See, because you don't understand who they are and what they really represent. So now I have gotten you out of that facade of who cops and law enforcement really are. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the veil off and we're going to see who they really are. See, one thing, the beast always comes in a matter of peace. That is his way of tricking you. That's why they put protect and serve on the side of their car, hiding who they really are. But today we're going to reveal who they really are. They're there to protect the powers that be. They're not there to protect you. All that is just fantasy. It's all fantasy. And the beasts do not care if you're Chinese, black, Hispanic, Arabian, Cuban, Haitian. They don't care who you are. The beast is there to protect the powers that be. That's it. That's what they're all about. To keep law and order. See, that's what they're there to do. And the cold thing about it is they using your tax dollars to do it. That to me is a slap in the face. I don't know about you. But I don't want my money going towards an officer that might take my life. So you telling me I'm paying for the service of you to beat me down in the middle of the street? Ain't that something? So every time a person get beat down in the middle of the street, guess where your tax dollars went to? The equipment, the guns, and the nightclubs You're paying for all that. The cars, the building, we're paying for all of that. They're not funded by the government. They're funded by our tax dollars. We pay their salaries. But yet they beat us down in the street. If that's not a beast, then what do you call that? What do you call that? So to everybody, no matter who you are, no matter your background, no matter your ethnic background, no matter the color of your skin, understand the beast has no favors. The beast is only there to protect the powers that be. The beasts care less about who you are and what color you are. Or on the circumstances, certain circumstances, yes. They're a little more lenient towards some than others. But all in all, they don't give a damn about the people of the society. And it's going to get worse. You're just seeing the beginning of it. Because see, what you got to understand, the officers have been told by the higher powers, you can do what you want to do. We'll cover it up. Don't worry about it. They have been told this in secret meetings. Do what you want to do. We got you. Do and use whatever force you have to use. We're protected. Don't worry about it. We got you. Why do you think they write off everything they do? Why do you think every time they do something, they get away with it? Because they've been told that they'll get away with it. Why do you think they do it? Why do you think they do it so boldly and so maliciously? Because they know. They've been told. Don't worry about it. If you slip up and happen to shoot and kill somebody, don't worry about it. We got you. Because all the way to the powers, all the way to the top of the powers, they got all that sewed up. So how are we going to call for an investigation when the investigators work for the officers too? When they all work hand in hand. So the very people that we go and ask for help from, they work for the beast too. So how are we going to get any kind of justice when everybody you talk to, no matter you try to go over this person's head, they're connected. You try to go over this person's head, they're connected. They're connected all the way down from the military to the FBI to the CIA to the presidency, all the way down to the local officers. They're all connected. It all goes in steps. It's a tower of power that goes from the top all the way down to the bottom. And they are all connected and they all protect each other by a code. And they know this. This is why they can get away with what they want to do. And they will continue to get away with what they want to do. Because they've been told they can get away with what they want to get away with. So this video was specifically to tell you who they really are. So when you see law enforcement and when you see an officer, understand it's something behind the badge. Understand the power that's behind the badge and understand what their intentions really are. It's not to protect you. It's to protect the powers that be. It's to protect the powers that are in power from you, from your revolt, from you saying, I am tired of this. They're there to protect you and make sure you don't get to them. Remember they had the March on Wall Street? What did they have? They had the beast out there. The officer was protecting not you. They were protecting the powers that be. The people that run the country. That's what officers are there to do. There is simply nothing but security for the wicked. So anytime you try to come against the wicked, guess who you got to deal with? You got to deal with that beast. In any country, anytime people uprise, who's the first people they see on the front lines? The beast. Before they even see the military, who's the first people they see? They see the beast. They see the officers. They see the cops. They see the badges and they see the cars. See, now you know who they are. So next time you look and you see an officer, remember this video. Remember what I told you. Read between the lines and understand there is way more behind a badge than you know.